Well, hello, welcome to Drawing with Fire. I'm Valarie, your neighborhood pyrography artist, and I got all these things popping on the screen. They changed my thing, and now I got to figure out how to get it off of there. Oh boy. I'm joined today with hubby.
Okay.
And we are just having a day.
What the heck is that?
That is my headphones.
Oh, very loud.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Hold on.
It's all going wrong.
Turn off. Oh, good. We got that under control. Oh, we're having a day. We are having a day. I'm trying to figure out how to get everything else off the screen. They changed. Why is this talking? Mute. Go away. Okay. There. We got all that taken care of. That was an echo of me. What? They changed the whole screen that I use for live streaming, and I don't know how to get back to fix it. Oh my goodness.
We're live.
We are live. But I can't. I want to take the World Pyrography Month off, which we can go ahead and talk about. I mean, because that's what we're talking about. Ever get so frazzled that you forget what you're doing?
Yeah.
Oh, gee whiz. They moved everything. I want it back on the editor.
Well, while you're doing that, we have Amy Hess, Greg, Teresa, Luke Singer, Sheila, Spence, Over the Fence, Beryl, of course, and that's it.
We're going to have a day. Well, hello, everybody. Now, how many people just clicked off because this is a complete
No, I don't think so.
cluster?
I just
There you
ran
are.
our ads,
I
so.
just found you. Haha.
Found who?
What I wanted to go away.
Oh, that's different.
Nope, that's the screen I wanted. There we go.
Okay.
Okay. We can go back to normal now. Gee
Yep.
whiz.
Valerie's happy. Everybody's happy. Valerie's not happy.
Oh, it's not
okay.
like that.
Huh?
Alrighty. Should I start over again?
No,
Okay.
we're here.
Well, hello everyone. Sharon and Susan. Susan's saying, hi, I'm only on my second piece, so I'm hoping to learn loads here. I hope you learn loads here too. Today we're doing paper, but pretty much it all goes together. But I wanted to talk about World Pyrography Month first. I have the prompts down in the description over on the Facebook group, Instagram, and what it is a challenge. This was last year's board that I still haven't finished. Last year it was doing a burning a day. This year I lowered it to 2 burnings a week. That way we can slow down, be more focused, not feel so rushed. I am still doing an 11 by 14 board, but you can do whatever size you want. And the way I did it last year with my tracing paper was I picked what I wanted for what prompt and traced it together. But since I actually released the prompts early all together this year, you can collage your whole piece and get it all ready to go, and then all you do is start on Thursday. You burn the first prompt, which is iconic metals, and you've got everything laid out all on one board. It's all collaged, and Karen in group pointed out that this would be a great way to keep track of your progress, because each year, if you chose to do it, each year you would have a new piece, and you can look back and see how much you've grown between years.
Very true.
So that's another reason, but my main goal with this is to get everybody to slow down. On my piece this year, since it's going to be an 11 by 14 as well, based on what I've got, I think my subject matter is going to be right around 3 inches per subject. That way it all fits on the board the way I want it. You can plan it however you want to. This year my board's going from, the composition is going from this top right corner down, around, and back over. So it's kind of, at the most basics, going to be a circle, but not, because I'm not drawing a circle. And I haven't decided if I'm going to work on any of it during any of the lives, because I do have something special planned for it. So I have not decided yet. Last year I focused on animals. This year I am focusing on people. So if you want it to all flow, absolutely. Meaning if you want to do all animals, go for it. If you want to do people, or you want a collage of different items, that is all completely up to you. Nobody, there's no judging on this. There's no winning anything on this other than learning more about how you want to burn. And slowing down. I'm just trying to set up while we do this. I do have my pattern transferred, so we don't have to wait for me to do that. Though it was rushed.
So
I'm trying to think if there's anything else about World Pyrography Month that I haven't mentioned. Can't think of anything. Am I missing anything? After the whole debacle at the beginning, I'm kind of...
I don't know.
Oh, and I do have the prompts. You saw them on the board, but we're going to not see them again if I click that one. You'll see it again. So week 1 is iconic metal. Week 2 is 2 prompts. The first one is compassion. The second one is dreams. Week 3 is 2, and that is innocent and misunderstood. 2 different prompts. And I need to repost this because I did have some confusion on how I had it originally. Week 4 is expression and resilient nature. Week 5 is respected and selfless words. Now, I'm asking everybody to use the hashtag World Pyrography Month. That way we can all, whether it's on Instagram or Facebook, I do have a Facebook group specifically for World Pyrography Month, but you don't have to be a part of it if you choose not to be. It's just where I will probably be posting the most, though I will also do it in groups, so who knows. But I'll also be on Instagram. That way we can find each other. There we go.
So,
take those off.
Okay, so I have a question.
Yes.
So, okay, prompt 1's easy because that's that's one thing. Metal. So you could do
a bridge or a building or
Ozzy Osbourne.
Or Ozzy Osbourne. It's however you interpret this, however you want to do it. There is no rules to this.
But 2, you could. Is it either or? You have to incorporate both.
It's both. Those are 2 prompts for week 2.
Do you have to incorporate them both? Can you do compassion or dreams, or does it have to be compassion and dreams?
Why did you have to go and do that?
Because people are gonna have questions.
Oh,
that's my job.
No, I haven't even.
I would say either or, right?
I made it for both. There's supposed to be 9 prompts total.
But there's only 5. Prompts.
There's 5 weeks, 9 prompts. Because the first week only has a couple of days, and that's why it's probably hard to read. I have the dates listed underneath each week.
Okay,
so that's why there's 1 on week 1.
So they're all separate.
They're all separate.
It's just that there's only 1 in the first week. So
yes.
You could divide them up into 3.5 days each.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Now I understand.
Don't stress this out any more than it already is.
I'm just trying to clarify so that we all know what we're doing.
Are you doing it?
No.
Well, then why did you?
You're Da Vinci. I'm just your lazy assistant.
So yes, it would be 1 for compassion, 1 for dreams, 1 for innocence, 1 for misunderstood, 1 for expression, 1 for resilient nature, 1 for respected, and 1 for selfless words. So each one are their own prompt. That's why I did the 1, 2, 1, 2. Because I was talking to Burl this morning. She was confused. I know a couple of other people in group were confused. So I'm trying to hopefully clear that all up. So if we don't, you were going to mention that those are 9 prompts. Oh yeah, I just did, bro. She's reminding me of what. So yes, there's 9 prompts here. That's why they're each numbered. 2 per week, except for the first week. Can I have my water, please? So, okay. So examples: iconic metal. Thank you. Like I said, buildings, bridges. Copper itself, gold itself, metal itself, or silver, different metals themselves. For compassion, it could be animals cuddling, a child and an adult cuddling, an adult helping somebody, a child helping somebody. Dreams could
do the word compassion in cursive. That's
why?
Because that's it.
Because that's it.
You can just write compassion artistically.
Now, okay, you got Selfless Words down in week 5. Dreams, because when I was trying to do these prompts, I was trying to make sure that it could cross the board on any subject that you wanted. Dreams could be your dream car, your dream house, goals that you had as a child or as an adult, because hopefully you haven't grown up. That's no fun. Animals that represent dreams to you. On Innocence, children, animals, a flower that you feel goes along with that word. Misunderstood could be different acts that maybe are a little misunderstood. People who are misunderstood. Animals who maybe have an illusion of being mean animals, like a possum, when possums just act mean to fend for themselves and their babies.
What?
Versus being mean. Yeah.
I've never heard of a mean possum.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I am
okay.
from Alaska, though.
Yeah, they'd freeze up there. Expression. Let's see here. Dance form is a form of expression. Art's a form of expression. Facial features. An animal acting, doing is specific. Sad puppy dog eyes would be an expression. Resilient nature, again, plants, animals, people, materials, respected people, animals. I mean, I did that so that you could go across the board however you wanted to set up your board.
Ron Burgundy.
I don't think he...
It's kind of a big deal.
It won't take you months to do. Like I said, keep them about this big, which is about 3 inches. Let's measure. If you can keep them actually around this size, you could actually use an 8x10 board or a 9x12 versus 11x14. And one subject could have 2 words on it, meaning let's see here. I don't want to give Burls away. Like, he doesn't care what he was thinking about. So, like, misunderstood could be a pit bull, and iconic metals could be a spike collar. And so you've got 2 prompts in one piece.
Oh.
You see what I mean? So things can apply in different ways, however you choose to make it. Again, I want this for slowing down, for experimenting, trying something new. I get lost on my light because it's touching things. A way for you to try different techniques and experiment without feeling like you're going to mess something up. Trying a different subject that maybe you're a little nervous to try. Hey, I could try it in a smaller form with this and see how you feel about it. That is the purpose of the challenge, is not to see who finishes first or who did the best piece. So I can't wait to see how all the prompts become visual for each person, what they choose for that prompt, because you can go all over the place. Selfless Words, again, I think that one's a little easier than maybe some of the other ones. So that's my thinking, and hopefully this way works out better versus 31 days and trying to crowd them all in. I saw people, there were a few people who finished. I didn't even finish, but they rushed, and I don't want that. I want people to slow down. So I think we can go ahead and take that off for now, and I'll start burning. This is, if you missed last week, maybe I should call this one Spirit of the Wildfires. And it is on Strathmore 500 mixed media board because I plan on adding watercolor to it. And where is my test paper? I had it. It fell.
What does it look like?
I found it. Okay. It's right here. So I have a test piece of paper. The reason I'm not too stressed that I could put a board behind it is this is an actual board. It's not going to wrinkle or gather like regular watercolor paper will. And I gotta figure out how to attach this to my board. I've got a test piece of paper. It's actually watercolor paper that I've got folded in half. I didn't want to cut anything off the board I'm using. So this way, remember with a paper, it requires higher heat. Oh, is there something you wanted to show them? You were flipping through it.
Flipping through it?
Yes, you're just flipping through it.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to do that real quick?
Well, you should show them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, if you didn't see in group, the magazine is now available. That's me right there.
No, well, that's the word Raven.
That's me. That's me. And on page
74.
74. I don't want to flip through the whole magazine because I don't know how they'll feel about that. Hey, Sheila. So I've got pictures of step by step.
Just go to the last one where you show your face.
Through here. And then how to finish it. And I actually included 2 patterns for you. And so that is you can blow this up and burn it yourself. And I want to use hashtag WCI, they hit it, Raven. So it's going to be WCI Raven. So when you buy the magazine, if you buy the magazine, hashtag WCI Raven, and take a picture and post it so we can see everybody who, because normally this is for wood carvers, so it's going to be awesome to see all these pyrographers with it. And then also the same if you choose to burn the ravens as well. Hashtag WCI Raven. Raven? Ravens. Raven? Raven. Let's stick to Raven because they have Burning the Raven as the title.
Okay.
So we're gonna, but they did a very Poe-esque piece with it, photo-wise, and I think that was really cool. But I have to admit, when I was proofreading and I saw yours, Lenore, I was like, who the hell is Lenore? And why is she with my ravens? And then I realized it's Edgar Allan Poe.
See, and, yeah.
So.
And then initially I thought, why are you kissing paper?
Why am I kissing?
Scented magazine. What's going on?
Yeah. So there we got that. Thank you so much, Spence. I'm really excited about this. In fact, they sent me 6 copies since I have a piece in it, but then I turned around this morning and bought 3 more because all the free ones are going to family. Alrighty.
So now you're world famous.
Well, I'm officially published, which I already was, but now really am. Officially magazine published. How's that? Maybe that works better.
You're nationally published. How about that?
No, I've been nationally published as well. So, alright, so this is the 18S Spear Shader Small, and I'm set on 4, and I think I'm going to go in with her first. That way if I screw her up, I haven't done everything else. And I had to transfer this with graphite paper because the light pad doesn't work. This board is too thick. So, but the graphite should erase easily. I did not press hard. And see, for 4, this looks really light. I'll show you how it looks on a piece of wood, if I can find my test boards, so you can really see the difference. It's that one. Alright, so this is 4 on wood. And then we got 4 on paper. You can really see the difference. And I'll have to clean my pen a lot more because the paper gets attached to it. So expect to use higher heat with paper. Let's see here. The camera is, I'm having to look in between the camera and the stand in order to see. I guess I could zoom in because it looks like. Alright, let's go for a ride. Whee. I needed it zoomed out in order for you guys to see the World Pyrography Month stuff. Alright. Still looking through. Now, part of her is made of bark because she's coming out of the tree. So her skin is not going to be super soft. I'm trying not to outline. But I could, for the cracks, I could go in. And kind of put the deeper cracks in so I can erase. Because the cracks will be deeper. Like that. I have to burn enough in order to erase. So I'm still on 4.5. The difference is how quickly I'm moving the tip. If I slow down, the burn will be much darker. Well, it'll be darker. I don't necessarily mean much darker. Let's see here. Probably easier to show it on the tree. Let's see here. Where do I have a dark? I have a dark here. So if I slow down. Now this paper, even though it's a board, is meant to take wet media. So I'm hoping to add watercolor to it. Use the edge. You know, I haven't burned in 2 weeks.
Oh, I was thinking you did, but you were laying down the pattern last week.
Yeah. I haven't burned in 2 weeks. So I feel like I'm out of practice. I'm having to get videos done. Which I'll have a video going up on Thursday. Let's see here. I can actually lighten at least. Now remember, even on the light burns on paper, the graphite can show through. So try to keep it as light as you possibly can.
Well, sorry.
What are you doing? You're supposed to be watching the chat.
I'm multitasking.
No, you don't multitask well. Hey, David. You don't do it. Hi, Barb. So why does the paper burn so much lighter than wood? Well, paper, especially watercolor paper, has... What are you doing?
I'm trying to fix my phone. Sorry.
Quit messing with it. You're supposed to be doing this. It makes me feel bad. Paper has gelatin on it for watercolors to sit on so that you're burning through the gelatin. And then also, it's more compact. Whereas wood is in its natural form and it's porous and the grains are running in a particular way. Paper is made from either a mold or a press and is pulp stuck together. And so it just requires less heat, or requires more heat. Sorry about that. That's a big burning. David's doing a 12 by 18, 22 by 18 of the Last Supper.
Oh, you know what? I read that wrong. I read Last Super, and I was thinking that it was the Last Superman.
Oh.
So I was trying to remember which actor played Superman the last.
I'm actually going to switch over to the ball tip.
It could be like the last landlord, though, right? Because it's the last super.
The last landlord? Superintendent? Yeah. Alright, I'm switching over to the small ball tip because I can get in easier. That helps if I turn the burner on. Oh, goodness. Look at that. One little mess up where I can't figure something out and it just completely messes with me. Alrighty. There we go. So I'm actually going to do small circles and it's going to give me texture. Which I could even go to the medium ball tip because this is going to give me small texture. Remember, I want her to look like tree bark. So she's not going to be smooth. Though the medium ball tip will do a smoother burn on the paper. Shadow under here. Now I did a very quick transfer over. Let's see, that's the line.
David says he thinks he wants to do birds.
That he's what?
He wants to do birds.
Do birds. Well, in the magazine, you got a bird. I don't know if you saw the... See, I slowed down too much there. It got really dark. But I can blend it out. I'm not going to stress about it. I do think the medium ball tip will run better on this. It won't be so dotty. Even though I do want texture, I don't want that much texture. Even a large ball tip would do pretty good. So we're going to have to wait till this heats up again. It might take me a few minutes to settle on some pens, but then once I do, I try to stay with the same ones. Like I can go through and kind of lighten my lines first. Because sometimes you can press too hard. So lighten the lines. As long as there's a faint line, it should be good. Plus I've got my pattern on one side and my photo on the other. So I can see what's going on. But if you're newer to burning, this may feel uncomfortable for you because you're afraid you're going to completely lose your lines and get lost. That is totally normal feeling. There we go. Yeah, so I'm getting a smoother burn with this one. So I should keep it. Let's see here. So I gotta try to follow the grain. Since she's coming out, I would assume the grain would be running this way on her body because she's bent over. It's not something you normally see, so it's kind of hard to decide what will be where. And I can also go slower, get darker, or go quicker, get some more texture, but keep going. I think, let's see here. I gotta figure out how much of this is going to be more woman than tree. Also have to remember folds and wrinkles in fabric. See, to me, fabric's fun to do. It's always been fun. Let's slow it down. Let's speed up. The lightest part is going to be hitting, the firelight's going to be hitting around. So this area will be a little darker. But I do have in the reference photo light coming down this way, but that's more lower on her body. Yay, can it please rain? Let's get this line in here. I'm trying not to burn the actual line. I'm trying to go next to it and draw down. Again, I know there's shadow here. But if I just outline it, it won't it won't have the realistic feel that I want. That under there. This is a very quick transfer. Blending out wise can be easier on wood than on paper. But it is doable. So what I'm going to do here is try to negative burn her face. Let's get that in there. It's so little. I burned too much there. Luckily, you can go back and fix things a little bit. And since I'm adding color, I have to have a plan of where I want that color. It's so rough. For me, it's going to be the fire, both the darkest point. I'm trying to think. I definitely want the fire color. See, I may have to go through and put in cracks with the smaller tip. Yes, dude. I probably should show how darks look. I'm going to bump it up to 6, and I think we'll put in some bark here. Well, Barb, you should definitely do a rose on paper next. You never know how it's going to look until you do it.
Yep.
Until you try it. You can watch a whole bunch of videos, but until you actually sit down and try it yourself. This is dark. So this is where she's coming out of the tree. See, even that's not smooth for what I'm doing. It's okay. I can blend it out and get some of that tree texture. Because luckily, this tree, which is a ponderosa pine, is not smooth. One thing I didn't do was cut a piece of glassine to have under my hand so that my hand's not transferring anything. So this is on 6. Like you're burning on wood on 6. What did I just do that piece? Is extremely hot and smoky. See, there's good things about paper. You don't have to sand. You don't even have to stretch it. If it's the 140-pound watercolor paper, you can use a light box to transfer your pattern. That way, you're not dealing with graphite. Easier to frame. And then the bad, or not the bad things, but things that either could be considered that you may not like, is the higher heat. Harder to really smooth out. It's good for texture pieces. Let's see here. I think that's pretty much it. It helps to slow down when burning on paper, even more so than wood. Let's see here. Now I can get a darker shadow here. Let's just do it. That's tree going up. See what I mean by the dots? I'll have to slow down. Stippling would be good on paper. Because I'm basically doing with it without trying. You okay?
Yeah. So it's like good last night.
I'm sorry.
Nah, I might have to go get some sugar.
Oh. You falling asleep?
Uh,
Oh, am I that boring? You're falling asleep?
no,
Scooch
you're not
over.
boring. It's hot.
I know, scooch over. The fan. Sorry if you can hear the fan going. It's very humid outside with no
I'm not
rain.
sorry.
You're not sorry?
No.
Oh, my other. I didn't realize my ceiling fan was still going.
No.
But I turned it off. So. Definitely blendable on wood, but it takes a little bit more work and patience.
Grab one of my medicine. I'll be right back.
You're going to get candy, aren't you? You're going to get candy and I can't have any. I don't know. Shh. Shh. I know you. Let's see here. I do want to turn down a little bit. Maybe. One pen that I used to use all the time that I haven't been using a lot lately is my 18 medium. Let's try that because maybe I can get a smoother burn with that. Yes. Well, bro, make your pattern with your light pad on the tracing paper. So I just wanted to show you don't see any heat as of yet coming through the paper, through the board. And I'm not, it's a little warm, but not overly warm on my board. So this is at 5 with the 18M. Yeah, I like that better, and I can smooth out some of the dots. Get a smoother burn in some areas. Yeah, much better. Yeah, but I do have to watch going across because it'll show the line from going across. I'll blend that. Now I'm using more of the bottom, whereas before, right up here, I was using more of the bottom of the tip. Now I can kind of bring it down a little bit. There we go. Maybe I'll show it on the tree. Because I do want to blend some of that out. I don't want that many dots. Remember, I have fans on, so my heat might be a little off. Let's see. Whew. So, let's see here. Teresa says, right now I have been doing testing on paper, have not begun a piece yet. Soon though, just trying to get comfortable with it. And I think that is a good idea because it is different than wood.
Starting to rain.
Is it finally starting to rain?
Yeah.
Like really rain, not spit on us?
No, it's alright. Well,
We've been getting spit on for... The monsoon still has not come in. And this is going to be one of our latest monsoons ever. That's not fair.
you don't want one?
I can't eat and talk.
Take turns
Why do you think we don't do mukbangs? I can't eat and talk. So that's why you never see me eating. Yeah, let's see here. See, I definitely have a different color burn. Granted, it was I was at a higher setting up there. Let's see here. Where is some of this? Let's go ahead and get her cloak in, her fabric. See, in the photo, this is actually a sheet that's wrapped around the lady. It appears that he is nude underneath, but you can't see anything. Not that bother me. Now I can watercolor over some of the burns. Some of the paint will stick to it. So where it's lighter right here, burn-wise, the yellows and reds from the fire should be able to stick to. Where it's darker, the paint is going to have a harder time because the burning pushes down the fibers, kind of burnishes it in a way, plus you're burning it. So the paint, if you're using watercolors, reacts to it differently. You can also use ink. Like I have some ink I could try on this as well. The ink is going to be more transparent than most watercolors. But it's also going to be brighter. So it really depends on what you want for your piece. I saw you know you were getting candy. How did I know you were getting candy? Let's see here. I need to darken this. I am trying to watch where the back of the pen is because I'm slowing down. I think I'm going to have to use my 9M on her face. Just because it's such a small area. You want to tell them about our sad weekend? Our sad Sunday?
Our sad Sunday.
Our sad Sunday.
So every Sunday, as some of you know, maybe many of you know, we go to have coffee.
Breakfast.
And we paint at this local coffee shop that we found, 3 years ago?
Yeah, well, it wasn't lost. We just found it.
Well, I had been there before.
You'd been there before I hadn't.
And so it's a nice local place. You know, it's not a chain. It's local. And so we started going there and just having this painting day. We'd be like there from...
It's going to be there about 6 hours.
Yeah. And we just, paint and sketch and, create. And on that time, one of the baristas...
I bet she's in the piece.
Yeah, Alana.
Right there.
We got to know her, and she's really...
We adopted her.
Super nice. Yes, Valarie totally adopted her. We adopted her, but Valarie actually just came out and said it
You're mine.
Yep.
You're mine.
So we really got to know this awesome barista, and she's an awesome person.
She's going to school for teaching.
Yep, she's going to be a teacher, but she moved, and we knew this about
6 months ago. She started warning us.
Yeah, but it finally came down to it, and last Sunday was our last Sunday
with her.
And Val, which you may not know, is a creature of habit.
I am not a creature of habit.
Whatever. Just keep woodburning. Anyway, so Val always likes this particular booth because there's 3 booths in this coffee shop, and so Val brings her a salt pack. It has
yours weighs more than mine now.
Not anymore. I cleaned mine out. Basically, it looks like a parachute bag.
It's a backpack.
It's a bag.
It's an art backpack.
It's an art bag, but it's completely full of things.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I cleaned it up.
Anyway, mostly full. And so we'll go in there and we'll dig out our art supplies and just kind of spread out on the table, and we'll eat breakfast, have some coffee,
create art.
Anyway, but this was and we'll continue to go there, but this last Sunday was the last time for our barista, and so it was Very sad. But anyway.
We stayed our whole shift with her.
But when we go in a little bit too late, this is what I was getting to, because Val's kind of a creature of habit. Sometimes somebody will grab our table, and every time that happens, yes, Val makes that noise. She growls, and she's like inconsolable until she can get her table. Yes, you are.
I'm not.
Anyway, impossible for sure.
Ow.
Anyway, so we showed up on Sunday, and there was something on the table, and of course Val growled, and
don't know what you're talking
It turned
about.
out to be a bouquet of flowers that Alana had gotten for Valarie.
For us, because you had a card too.
Well, yeah, I had a card. We
It's
both
for
had
both
really
of us.
nice cards and the flowers, and so it was really, really nice. And we each created a piece of work for her to remember us by that day, and so she got to take that home.
Well, don't forget at Christmas that we didn't talk about this. We gave her a Christmas present when we came in. She gave us Christmas presents.
Yep. So we got chocolate, and I got a mug.
We both got mugs.
I got a Santa Claus mug though. It was awesome. And yeah, so this has been really nice. You know, people come into your life, and you know they stay a while. And I don't by any means think it's the last time we're gonna see her, but
No, she'll come to visit.
But she won't be part of our Sunday ritual anymore. So
Yeah, I'm gonna have to break the other ones in.
that's really sad, and probably very upsetting for anybody who has to replace Alana, because it's again.
No, I know how it's gonna be, so
Val is a creature of habit.
Expects
Perfection.
I do not.
Huh?
I do not.
Oh. No. But she's...
Maybe from myself, but not from others. There's a difference.
But you're so suspicious of the coffee when somebody else besides Alana
No, I
makes
can
it.
taste the differences.
I'm drinking my coffee, and Valerie's like... She's squinting and sniffing at the coffee, and she's like...
I could taste
It tastes
it.
different. It smells different. Does it smell different to you? I'm like, no. Does it taste different? No, mine doesn't. Here, taste mine. No, it doesn't taste different to me. She's like, it's different.
But it was different.
I'm gonna say something.
It was different. And Alana
And it was.
Yes,
and
it was.
You're right. You have that discerning taste, and apparently I don't. But what do you expect from a guy who ate Amories for so many years?
I know.
Anyway.
I know.
Um.
So David is asking who won the contest. The contest is not over yet.
Hey,
What?
Don't take my job.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, then do your
I got
job.
one job around here. No, the contest is still on.
Yeah. Guesses are still going.
Yeah, we haven't done a hint today, but
Did you give the hint?
no, I haven't.
Well, why don't we go ahead and give the hint?
Okay, so I'm going to recap the hints. So Valarie is doing a high-profile piece, higher profile than the Pyrography piece, actually, that you did in the woodcarving magazine.
Yeah.
And so here are the past hints. This is a male, so it's going to be a person. I should have said that previously.
It's okay.
That way they don't guess it's little Sebastian or something. Anyway.
Only certain people will do that.
Only Parks and Recs people get that.
Yeah.
Okay, so first hint was a male. Then next week, their hair is an iconic part of their style. The next hint after that was they're not dead. They're currently alive. And they're not a musician. So now we come to this week's hint, which is they are in entertainment.
That's a good one.
So
That's a good one.
and then that gets us up to date. So, and we'll continue putting out hints until either somebody gets it or Valarie finishes the
I haven't
piece
even
or
started the
decides
piece.
to reveal the piece. And once again, we'll have two winners. The one person
From the live
from
chat
the live chat
and
then
one from
person
comments.
So, anyway,
on video comments.
all right.
Yeah. So that was they are in entertainment.
Yep. So, there we have it. We are up to date.
You might want to put there you go. Never mind. Gotta come up with next week's.
We'll get there. So.
Trying to incorporate her into the tree.
So yeah, so it was a sad Sunday, but it was nice. It was she's off to do great things.
Oh, Ray also.
Well, yeah, there's another barista there who's also very nice. They actually came to one of our art shows.
Both of them did.
Yep, and so they're very, very sweet.
Yes.
And very inspirational because, you know, I think a lot of people tend to think, you know, like the Generation X or the youth is declining, you know.
Yeah.
But they're outstanding examples of human beings. So.
Yep. They just happen to also make good coffee.
Yep, they make very good coffee. So now we got all new people.
Now we got Ben and Ryan. I gotta break them in.
Yep. And I am so glad that I'm not Ben or Ryan.
Hey, as long as you laugh with me and joke around with me, we are good. It's fine. I make decent coffee. Don't forget my whipped cream.
Although the laughing and joking might be nervous laughing, depending on how
it'll start that
depending on how intense that you get with them. That's funny, right? Right, Ryan? Don't call the cops.
No. I was expecting this, so I'm totally fine with it. I mean, I'm going to miss Alana.
Totally fine with
well,
it.
No. I love Alana. I'm going to miss her. But I knew it was coming, so it's not a change that I'm going to have it. When he switched shifts and forgot to tell us, that was a surprise.
She had the owner on the ropes.
I did have the owner on the ropes. Where's she at?
She knocked him on his heels. He said she switched shifts. Is that okay?
That's what he said.
She can do that, right?
Yep. Yep. Well, I just wanted to make sure well, the reason is he had cut their hours. That's why I was asking. So I was afraid he cut her hours. And I was going to make him uncut her hours. That's why. Remember, it always goes through an ugly stage. There will always be an ugly stage until it's just not ugly anymore. You got to look past that. See, to me, it looks better on camera than it does me looking at it. And I'm trying to calm down some of this texture. Let's see here. With the 18M, I'm not having the drag from the paper attaching to the... Yeah, it's staying clean. And I am on 5. So I can get a lighter burn, or I can slow down. Really slow down. Let's get it. Get a much darker burn. I think I do want some of her smooth because I think that way it'll translate better. So guess we can go.
Oh, you have it upside down.
Yeah, I'm upside down.
I was reading the comments. I'd really been paying attention to the picture. I'm like, what the hell? What are you doing?
Oh, thank you, Cheryl.
It looks nothing like what you started out with.
I flipped it because it's easier to manage flipped, depending on where you're trying to burn. Like here. And remember, paper does get hot when you're burning it, because I can feel. Let's see. Yeah. I can feel the heat, but there's still no discoloration of the paper. There we go. Because it's easier to turn your paper or wood than it is to stand on your head.
It seems logical.
That's the only stuff I got.
Amy, I'll remind you that it is not a musician.
I need to type up the prior prompts so that you can just click on it so they can read it. And
Okay.
excuse me, easier to keep up with
Yeah.
for those watching or coming in late. Face is small. Remember, when the face is small, there's not a lot of detail. So right now, it may look off because there's a line that goes through and there's shading. So where did I get that line from? Where did that line come from? Did I put that line there? I'm going to cross out that line. It's not, that may have been with how I was holding my pen.
Teresa wants to know, does the watercolor darken the burn?
It may cloud the burn, but darken the burn?
Depends on them. I think it depends on which color you're using, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you're using brown, then yes, it would darken it if it's a dark brown, but
It's going to tint the burn. That's what's going to happen.
it's going to tint a little bit, yeah, but not necessarily darken it. And if it, even transparent watercolor can cloud it a little bit if you put too much.
Aaron Smith is here.
Hey, Aaron.
How late are we going today?
Just a few more minutes.
Okay.
Wait and see if anybody else has any questions.
I forgot to give my medicine.
So you just went in for the candy?
No, that's not true. I got distracted.
With the candy?
No, there was a mess that I had to clean up.
Oh.
Dogs made. So I was doing one of my other duties.
What duty? See what I did there?
Yep.
Let's see. Let's make this kind of go into this. So let's see here. Today we went over World Pyrography Month. We discussed the magazine that's out and linked down in the description, and some paper.
Gave out the hint.
Gave out the hint. Is an entertainment. And is there anything else? Because we are at an hour. So I'm trying to stick to half an hour. Get to talking and forget the time. I haven't decided if I'm going to be doing, I think I said this earlier, if I'm going to be doing World Pyrography Month during the lives. So I don't know if I'll be working on this or next week's prompt. Which, if you missed it, these be the prompts. No, that's not the prompts. That's the prompts. I keep clicking the wrong button. Let's turn this off. Again, they're in the Facebook group. In fact, I need to repost them because I misspelled a word. And I think the way I have it laid out now is easier to... I try to keep you awake.
I'm awake.
I try to keep
I've
you
just
awake.
had sugar.
I try to
You're
keep
getting
you
distracted.
awake. Keep you awake. I'm tickling him.
Help, chat. Help.
No. I'm tickling him.
No.
So, 9 prompts. Iconic metal, compassion, dreams, innocence, misunderstood, expression, resilient nature, respected, and selfless words, using the prompt World Pyro Month. Cat is trying to nail down the person.
I know. That's good.
See, that looks better on camera than it does.
It looks the same.
No, it doesn't.
It looks the same, chat.
I see the difference.
It's just that you see it through the filter of television,
I see
the internet.
I see the difference.
There's no difference.
I'm not even going to have time to work on this because I have to get my World Pyrography Month pattern done. There's another piece that is due August 31st that I gotta get done. David the Rock Dwayne Johnson. Yeah, no hair there. You could get a nice shine on that head, though.
That's an iconic lack of hair.
That's not, yes.
Oh, Gabe, you know what, though? We eliminated some by accident.
What do you mean we eliminated some?
Because we just told them no.
Well, because Dwayne Johnson has no hair.
That's true.
That is the...
Well, he has hair. It hasn't grown out long enough that you could see.
But his hair is not iconic. It's not a part of him.
His lack of hair is iconic.
Okay, but we didn't go lack of hair. What does the prompt say on the hair?
Who pointed the prompt like I don't know?
Well, no, I can't see it.
Hair is an iconic part of their style.
Okay, so if they lack hair, therefore that would not apply to them.
Yes, that is true.
Okay, so we're good. We're good. It's okay.
Once again, Valarie and I argue about nothing.
Yes, that's the only thing we argue about. Nothing. Because if it's something, we don't argue. That is funny, isn't it?
Anytime that we have a misunderstanding, it's because we're saying the same things but using different words. Complete
miscommunication is all that is. See, Cheryl said exactly. See? Ha-ha. Ha-ha.
Take our side, chat.
Huzzah.
You only have to spend like an hour with her. You make her impossible, and then I have to deal with her the rest of the week.
Here, let me play that violin for you.
That's not. Well, at least you're not hitting me this week.
Tickle, tickle, tickle.
Hey, ow.
Ow.
Ow, why are you pulling my finger?
I was... That could be dangerous on the mic. I shouldn't pull your fingers. Lack of hair would be part of them. It would be iconic. Yes, it would be iconic. But the lack of hair implies, since there's no hair, therefore the hair itself cannot be iconic. Because there's a lack of hair.
That's true.
I'm just arguing with Burl now. So I take it he has hair. Yes, he has hair.
I would like some cheese to go with that wine, actually. I freaking love cheese.
Then why when I go to put it on your pizza, you tell me that's too much?
Because it's too much cheese.
You can never have too much cheese.
Oh, okay.
John Cheese. Oh, John Cleese. I thought it said John Cheese. I was like, who's John Cheese? Okay, I think we're done for today. Oh, there will be a video up on Thursday. I will premiering it. I think we'll do it at 11 o'clock. Surprise.
Why are we buffering?
I don't know.
It's time to go.
It's time to go. Well, I'm waiting for it to stop so I can say bye.
It's the weather.
Alright, it stopped buffering. So, don't forget, you're awesome. You can do this. You're a pyro artist. There it is. World Pyrography Month starts on Thursday, and I just have a hard time. Video goes up on Thursday. Happy burning, guys. Bye.
Bye. Impossible.